So I've been following this Castlevania series, and I just heard that the Castlevania is now going to be following Richter Belmont, which is the Belmont during the time of the Symphony of the Night. So there's no way they're not going to do Symphony of the Night if they're going to be following Richter Belmont. Of course, I know they're going to be starting with Rondo of Blood, but come on, everybody's going to be waiting for Symphony of the Night. Now, I'm intrigued by the idea that they're going to be doing the French Revolution and potentially doing Symphony of the Night. Those are, as a gamer and history nerd, those two things combined are really have me excited. But there are also two things that have me worried, a little worried about the continuation of this franchise. The first thing that has me worried is where they left Dracula at the end of the last season. The way they left Dracula at the end of the last season, it felt like it wasn't going to continue. And I thought I'd heard rumors saying that it was ending. And then all of a sudden, this announcement of Richter's coming, so, oh, okay, that's great. But in order for Castlevania to continue, Dracula, he has to be a major component of the franchise. He's got to be, the Prince of Darkness. He's got to be evil. And they left Dracula, content and happy at the end of the series with his lover. I mean, so how are they going to make Dracula evil again? And how are they going to justify and convince us, the audience, in a good manner that, Dracula is evil again and he needs to be taken down? I'm a little worried that, that if it's trying to justify Dracula becoming evil again, they might trip and make mistakes, and it might just be contrived. I'm afraid, and that kind of leads into my second point is, I've heard that the showrunner, the person who helped start this whole thing, has been ousted and been replaced, and I'm a little worried about that because although I think the person who initially created this, he seems to have this style where he makes the characters kind of quippy like Iron Man, and that works in my opinion, that works for Trevor, but a little bit less for characters like Alucard and Sypha and that Saint Germain character, which character I really did not care about. But the point is that if this guy started it, he clearly had some passion behind it, right? This must have been like his pet project, something he really cared about. If you oust the passion from the series, and you replace it, I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried because I've seen a lot of franchises that I love go down the drain because it eventually stops being about the passion of creating and about milking the fans. Star Wars. Excuse me. Those are my two main concerns about the series, but honestly, I'm mostly excited to see what they might do. I'm very excited to see how they might weave the French Revolution into the stories of Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night. How are they going to weave that in? And what is Robespierre going to somehow be involved? And maybe a reign of terror is perhaps a reign of actual terror with monsters or something. Is Robespierre going to be Shaft or something? I don't know. I'm very curious to see how this is all going to be weaved into the French Revolution and how they're going to do Symphony of the Night. Those two stories aren't exactly, kind of like the first series. They're not exactly based off games that have a lot of, story detail going on. But I'm hoping that maybe if they continue this long enough, they'll get to Soma Cruz. Now that's the character that introduced me to the Castlevania franchise, and if people like the character Sypha and what she can do with her powers, just if they could get Soma, oh man, he could do basically anything. I would look forward to see what they could make him do.